You guys want to guess who I picked for the Super Bowl? Yes, Tom.
You are going with a rematch of Super Bowl 14, which was in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. SoFi is only about an hour away. The Rams might be the easier pick of the two, but you're going with Big Ben and the Steelers to represent the AFC.
All right. Rams and the Steelers. Okay. McLovin?
I'm going off several clues you've been dropping. I've always said you love defense.
Mm-hmm.
So your shocking team will be the Washington football team.
No.
Okay.
Or maybe San Francisco, because I've noticed you haven't talked about San Francisco at all.
No, you got to make a pick.
Washington football team versus the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. Seton O'Connor.
So I don't have a pick on the matchup, but I just have 4 teams that I think you're like the ones that you're trying to talk yourself out of.
Okay.
Okay? I have also the Washington football team.
All right.
The Titans,
Okay.
the Chargers, the Cowboys.
All right. One of those teams is on the list that I'm trying to talk myself out of.
Yes, I knew it.
Yes. One of those 4. Paulie?
I think you were going to have a team from Los Angeles as one of your picks.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I want to cover my bases. Yeah, I guarantee there's a team from Los Angeles as one of your 2 picks.
Okay. I've been on the Matthew Stafford bandwagon before there was a bandwagon, and thought if you're going to make a bet for the MVP, that Matthew Stafford with those long odds. But I will say this. You guys have not picked, nobody picked the 2 teams that I'm going to pick to play in the Super Bowl. Seton did have one team that I've been, for some reason, I've got this umbilical cord attached to the Tennessee Titans. And I don't know why. Because I'm thinking, okay, you got a great running back. Tannehill had a really good year last year. They averaged 30 points. They're one of the top scoring teams. You bring in, Julio Jones with A.J. Brown. And then, Bud Dupree, Caleb Farley, you've added a little bit to the defense. And I thought, golly, could this be a sneaky pick? But I can't pick them. I know. I know. I promise you, this kept me up last night. I kept going, I like the Titans.
Were you like pacing the house?
No, not pacing. But I got up to go get another beer and then came back. But that's not pacing. Yes, McLean.
If they make it now, you're going to be so mad at yourself.
It's okay. Because I've talked myself in and talked myself out of teams, it feels like every year. Like I talk myself into the Chargers almost every year for about a 10-year period. I go, they got the most talent in football. I'm taking the Chargers. And then you go, ugh. Yeah, my 2 teams are not going to surprise you. I'm not picking the Buffalo Bills.
Saucy.
I'm not picking the Cleveland Browns. I'm taking your Kansas City Chiefs. I know.
Gutsy.
I know.
You already feel bad about it.
Really embracing hot take day.
No, because I did this last year where I purposely went against Buccaneers in Kansas City. Certainly Kansas City. I'm like, God, that's boring. But do I want to be interesting or do I want to be correct? That's the dilemma that I have here.
That's the segment. Interesting or correct?
Interesting or correct?
Brought to you by. But you can't be both, it feels like. I mean, you might be. If the Titans would go to the Super Bowl, I will be mad at myself. But I will be on the record as considering them. And so I was...
We can edit it so you pick them.
Yes.
The guys in back will make it sound like you
okay,
pick
let me just do it. And the team I'm picking to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC, the Tennessee Titans. Clip that, Mario. Bring that back in February. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Now, in the NFC, I'm not going with Seattle. I'm not going with San Francisco. I'm not going with the Rams. And I was going to have a Rams-Titans Super Bowl. And then I stopped drinking tequila, and then I said, all right, I gotta come up with I'm taking the Green Bay Packers to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. It's not a hot take. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Who do you have winning said Super Bowl?
I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers, that's his last game as a Green Bay Packer. How's that?
Is it Devontae Adams' last game? Question mark?
See, I'm disappointed. I am. Like, I love Josh Allen. I've said that. I don't, Rodgers was wonderful. I have Mahomes winning the MVP. See, it's another boring thing. I couldn't go Rodgers because he, no matter what he does, trying to equal last year. Josh Allen, the expectation level is really high on him. I think he made them better than what they really were. And it comes back to Mahomes' offensive line, Andy Reid, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. I have that every week. Yes, McClellan.
How about the Bucks? Were they in the discussion?
Yes, they were. I wasn't sold on them last year. I go back to when they were 7-5. I just think the defense played well. I didn't think they played well until they got to the Super Bowl, and they took advantage of a defensive line that was terrible. You're asking Brady, stay healthy. I'm not as high on the wide receiving core as everybody else is. I think we're basing this off of, Gronk's a Hall of Famer. He doesn't play like a Hall of Famer. He did play well in the Super Bowl. Antonio Brown, I'm just not sure. It's Antonio Brown. Godwin. I like Mike Evans. You got some tight ends there. I mean, they have everything. It's so hard to repeat. And, Tom's the last to do it in 03 and 04. And I know, I always say, I'll never go against Tom Brady. I guess technically I'm going against Tom Brady right now. But if it was Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I would take Tom Brady, as I did last year. Yes, Tom.
It saves a lot of time for Jake from State Farm. He already had Mahomes and Rodgers together in commercials. They could just gotta keep re-showing those.
Yeah. And, maybe they want to use me in those State
Why
Farm
not?
commercials.
Perfect.
It'd be nice if I was Jake's friend coming in. Oh, God. There's so much pressure.
You hate this.
I do.
Because what's even the worst part of it is that if they're wrong, then it was boring and wrong. At least if you're interesting and wrong, it's like, hey, I took a shot. This is just boring and it was wrong.
Boring and wrong.
Brought to you by Yes, McLovin.
The worst was when you picked the Saints, who were clearly the best team, and they got the pass interference call
Yeah.
against them. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have been Super Bowl champions.